Teacher Kim, subscribe and like.
Hello, I'm the teacher Kim Hobani, and today we'll be talking about something very important. As I always say in the introduction of a Korean elementary materials, is we'll be learning about something very important. Is I'm alliterating, I'm saying it to you twice because it's that important. Probably one of the most important lessons that I'm teaching so far is how to say yes and no in Korean. Okay. Because as a person, we need to express how we feel, right? If we don't like something, we gotta say no. If we feel like something, we say yes. Okay, so how to say yes and no in Korean. And it might be very simple. You might know it as 네, 아니요 as a polite form, or it can be or 아니 as yes and no in an informal way when we're talking to a friend or someone casually. Okay, but we'll learn about a polite way, which is 네, 아니요, because it's always safe to learn a polite way because you don't want to offend anybody. Okay, so 네, 아니요. Okay, so is the lesson already over? 네 is yes, 아니요 is no, and is this it? No. Okay, so it's actually very tricky because 네 and 아니요 doesn't necessarily mean yes and no. Okay, so what do I mean by it? I'll give you a little episode when I was learning English of why I was so confused to understand yes and no in English from a Korean teacher that I had who was teaching English. Okay, so for example, yes and no still means the same thing in Korean if you're just asking regular questions. For example, if I were to say 물 마시는 거 좋아하세요? Which is, do you like to drink water? If I want to say yes, I can say 네. And if I say no, 아니요, 안 좋아해요. Okay. And it will be as simple as that, right? But I'll throw a trick called curveball. Okay, whatever that is. It is if somebody say, do you not like to drink water? Okay, which can also be a rhetorical question to say something if I didn't drink water and the person was just curious if I didn't like it. And in that way, I cannot say 네, 아니요 in an English way. Okay, so 혹시 물 마시는 거 안 좋아하세요? Okay, which is, do you not like to drink water? And if I was to agree to say I don't like drinking water in English, I would say no, I don't like drinking water. But if I like to drink water in that situation, I would say yes, I like to drink water. However, in Korean, it would be the opposite way. It would be 네, 안 좋아해요. Yes, I don't like it. No, I like it. Do you understand? So yes and no, 네, 아니요 doesn't necessarily mean yes and no in Korean. It always means that's right. I agree with what you're saying. And 아니요 is I don't agree with what you're saying. That's not right. Okay. So if you just understand 네, 아니요 instead of not as yes and no, but instead of as something you agree to or something you don't agree to, then it'll be so much easier. Okay. So in casual situations, yes and no and 네, 아니요 is the same thing. But if somebody was to ask you, do you not like something? Do you not like to do blah blah blah? Then in the situation, the English way would be flipped. Okay, so just if somebody was to ask you, do you not like to do something? Just always flip it and say 네 for no and 아니요 for yes, which would be technically opposite. Okay, and there's actually a song by Zico. It goes like yes or no, blah blah blah. I'm not sure. I could be totally wrong. Yeah, so there's it's important to say yes and no whenever you go travel to Korea when you're with a Korean person, and make sure you don't confuse that person because let's say if you're allergic to something and if they ask you, hey, do you not want me to put it in, and if you say yes, they don't want you to put it in, but you said it in a totally different way, the opposite way I mean, and the person put it in and it could be end of your life, which nobody wants, right? So it's important to know how to say yes and no in Korean. And this is Teacher Kim, and see you next time. Bye bye.